All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
同事都不见了，太混了。
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
你说左边就左边啊，我偏要走右边。
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
你说欣赏就欣赏，我才不欣赏，我要走。
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
左手边开着的第一道门。你说走就走啊，我偏不走，怎样？
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
你在弹我鱿鱼？休想！禁止撒谎。如果你真的撒谎，马上停下。我没有撒谎，我好诚实，我好乖。或者是为什么会把货物叠那么高？叠那么高，要装载都很困难的。
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
谁理你啊？
Someone you've been... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have 0 consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
借口，都是借口。
Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
休想！偏不要。
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
不要，我要去蓝色。
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
不要。
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
我不要，我要回去。
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
第三道门。
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
不要，选项都是多余的。
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1?
Yes!
That's not even helpful.
就
What
是
am I
只有而已。
supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Standing 哦，排行榜哎，排行榜哎，哦。Standing 在线上，这是你第9328名，就是我。很难。
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
因为我太低分了，我不爽。1分。
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
对，我都还没回答哎。喂，就要跑掉。
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard.
你怎么可以骂
Because you
我？
hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was
就这
extremely
样，
valuable.
就不要把它
Okay,
关掉。
since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
无情啊！这游戏就只有这样玩而已啊。What？
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic
我不能挖地板
Watch
啊
this,！ Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here, no, here, and then. Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course, and just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
我发现我不能砍树，连我的手都伸不出来。 而且我连草都不能打。
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
我发现我不能跳呢，就是都是卡着的，主要就是卡住，我没有办法跳跃，所以我只能往下走而已。
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
哎，我还没玩完呢，你就给我切走了。喂，我要玩游戏了，把创世神还给我，我的创世神。
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
传送的。这个旁白在耍我啊！我难过啊！这
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stan. Your forte.
糟糕，这一题好难啊！这一题要怎么解？怎么办，各位观众？我不知道怎么解这一题。我想要逃出去，可是我不知道怎么办。这是干什么的？啊！这样就可以逃出去了啊！我逃不出去了啊！完蛋了！怎么办？好吧，我出不去了。旁白这东西在耍我，怎么办？我不会解啊！这在干嘛？我知道了，把门卡着用的，把它卡在门旁边。啊！我解不出来了，怎么办？超难的啊！我破不了关了。
Genius.
Yeah, genius. 我是天才。
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty.
哎
I really don't care much to see you stumble
哎，我
through
电梯。
these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough. So, why don't you get cozy in this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity. I don't need your advice. I don't need your ratings. And I certainly don't need the validation of a man whose job is to push buttons. I think I'll just go about my business, making meaningful cultural contributions to the world. Perhaps every now and then, I'll think back to a man named Stanley who was objectively wrong in every decision he ever made.
你怎么可以这样？
Thought they'd last long.
你是旁白哎。
Goodbye, Stanley. Good luck with your work, and I sincerely hope that everyone lives happily ever after.
你怎么可以这样？你是旁白哎。施工中，位置不可用。哦，妈妈。史丹利议员初次测试。我掉到哪里去了？我掉到下面去了。他为什么都不给我一个手电筒来用？ 对呀，干嘛？有电脑，那同时电脑都不关机的。嘿，我回到我的办公室了。这是我自己的吗？哎，旁白说话啊！快给我说话啊！这边好无聊啊！小欢呢？你想我要去哪里？我不知道哎。
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
我什么都看不到，你跟我说你要